In light of recent events within the art commentary space these past few days, I just want to clear something up with my own content and branding. This won't be discussing any of those topics or people involved with the current situation. This is more for myself and the influx of people now viewing my content, as my channel has significantly grown over the course of the year that I've been producing work for YouTube, which is still very insane, and put this aside for future reference. I do not consider myself a drama art commentary YouTuber. First and foremost, I need to define, I think, what I mean by this. I consider an art drama commentary YouTuber as an individual who covers topics or situations focused on individuals involved, mostly to call out other members of the community, rather than a more broader problem within the art commentary space or the art space in general. Going back to my first few posts here on YouTube, my first videos within the art commentary space were very broad and covered things on a wider scale rather than focusing on particular situations. And this is very purposeful. While I have dabbled in covering situations in the past, I found out very quickly that isn't something that I want to do with my channel, nor is it something that I personally feel I want to do moving forward at all. I know there are some exceptions to this, most notably my most recent video covering that whole situation with Boyfish and the art that was made of him. In general, what I talk about in my videos is more of a problem that I'm seeing on a wider scale than anything in specific, and my content isn't to call out individuals. Long before I became a part of the community and started posting my videos onto here, I watched a lot of art drama commentary YouTubers. For a point in time, maybe like 2020 to 2022, 90% of the content that I was consuming was from art drama commentary YouTubers. But I think over the course of those years that I've witnessed things and situations have come and gone, I think being an art drama YouTuber requires a lot of things. Proper maturity. And this isn't necessarily like an, oh, if you're this age, you cannot make this type of content, but there is an increased maturity even from adults that is required when it comes to videos, especially when they're covering very, very heavy or serious topics. That's one of the biggest reasons why I skittle around topics a lot, especially when it comes to very serious things, is that requires a proper maturity, and I'm very self-aware that I do not have that same maturity to be covering these topics on a wider scale for a large audience to see. Second of all, bias control. Everyone has biases, myself included. Though I try to be impartial and open the floor to discussion on a lot of my videos, that's what I do my YouTube content for, is for discussion. When it comes to art drama, it is very easy to be biased to one side or the other because a lot of people know each other and are interconnected. While I can't say I'm very engaged with other members of the community at all, I'm just a very nervous person in general, so I never really talk with anyone. Biases are very possible and happen all of the time. And when it comes to situations where you know people involved, I think the best course of action is to not be making content for that, because even if you are trying to be impartial, biases will always tend to slip through the cracks. And when it comes to art drama, that is a huge problem in how you're portraying the other person, and again, putting out information for other people to consume about an individual. Moving on, I do think people also need an increased amount of research and mindfulness when it comes to looking into a specific individual. I've found that a lot of information happens in real time, and it's really hard to account for all of that. But it's important to at least have a decent amount of backed information to not be spreading misinformation about another person, because it is very easy to misconstrue other people's words and for things to be falsified. Proper research does need to be done when it comes to these videos, and it cannot be very half-assed, if that makes sense. And very lastly, I think the most important thing, and the reason why I stray away from particular coverings of individuals, is safety guidelines. It is so easy for others to get caught in the crossfire or to be put in danger because of the content that people are producing on YouTube. I purposefully leave out names for the most part when it comes to covering situations because I am very hyper aware of how other people and even audiences can see videos and then go out of their way to harass a person. That isn't the right course of action that leads that problematic individual into a spiral of more disturbing topics. So when it comes to safety, that's something that's often thrown out of the window because you are very purposefully calling out an individual, which is why you need all of the other things first: proper maturity, bias control, research, and mindfulness, because you could be potentially endangering this person. I am very lacking in many of these places, and because I'm aware of this, that's why I don't think my commentary falls under these categories, and I only cover things from a much broader scale, is because the moment that you involve people, things tend to get really difficult for not just yourself, but the other people that you have inadvertently involved in this. And I do want to say at the end of this, art drama is not for everyone. In fact, I would say that minors should not be involved in content creation covering art drama, which I know is very hypocritical coming from me because I started my channel at 17 and I've only been like 18 for like 3 months. But I do think some of the content that I was producing when it comes to covering specific individuals or certain situations was very poorly handled, and involving people in art drama gets very, very messy. And I think we've seen that a lot within these past few months as art rants become more popular on multiple spaces and, callouts are continuing to be made. I think for myself, pivoting and doing other content besides just ranting was the best course of action for myself, just to avoid falling into the art drama YouTuber category. If you've seen my most popular videos, most of them are covering OC crafts and activities, and that's one of the things that are my favorite pieces of content to create for people. OCs are the biggest thing that I cover on this channel, whether that be OC discussions, creation, activities, all of that type of thing. While I am a commentary YouTuber, I don't necessarily fall under the category of drama because I don't cover it enough for it to be something that I would label myself under. I really hope that this makes sense and clarifies a bunch of things, that there has to be a proper way that you handle callouts like this, and since that isn't in my skill set, I don't want to ever cover things like this. But yeah, that's why I purposefully leave out names for the most part when it comes to specific situations when I did cover them, and why I'm very careful about what information I'm spreading onto the internet, because the larger your audience, the more responsibility you take on as an individual. With that in mind, you cannot be reckless in what you're saying about other people, especially over the internet. I think that is clarifying everything enough. If you've had anything to add on what I've discussed or previous experiences that you would like to talk about in the comments, I'd be happy to read them. I notice a lot of people worry about putting in paragraphs, but best believe I read basically everything that is put into my comments section. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. I like to type a lot, so if anything, I want to label myself an art discussion channel more than anything else. I don't even know if it's commentary, whatever. That's all I really wanted to discuss, and I hope that this video makes at least a little bit of sense. And yeah, that's all. Bye!